the rideshare ride that turned deadly. This is the story of Quoc Jake Nguyen. This video discusses an ongoing criminal case. All suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty. It was late at night in northwest Harris County, Texas. Quiet roads, low streetlights, the kind of place where nothing feels like it should happen. But just before 11 p.m., a call came in. Deputies were sent out for what sounded like a traffic incident, maybe a pedestrian hit by a car. When they arrived, the truth was worse. A young man was lying near the road, shot. His name was Quoc Jake Nguyen, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran and a rideshare driver trying to build a future. Who he was. Jake was 28 years old. According to reports, he had served in the military and had been working rideshare shifts, like so many people do, to support himself and his family and move forward with life. People close to him described someone with plans, someone who showed up for others. And that's what makes this case hit so hard. It wasn't just a crime scene, it was the sudden end of someone's momentum. The night of September 4th, 2025. The timeline that has been reported begins on September 4th, 2025. Deputies were called out around 11 p.m. to the area of Lakewood Forest Drive in northwest Harris County. At first, investigators believed the situation could be a hit and run because of how the body was found. But that quickly changed. Jake had been shot. A passing driver reportedly stopped and called 911, trying to help and even attempting CPR under guidance until first responders arrived. Despite efforts, Jake was pronounced dead at the scene, a missing vehicle and a bigger picture. Investigators also said the vehicle Jake had been in was gone, and that detail immediately raised the possibility that this wasn't random. The case began to look like a deadly robbery. A rideshare driver targeted, shot, and left behind while someone fled with the car and belongings. And as the story spread, the community response was intense because so many people recognized the risk. You can do everything right and still run into the wrong person. The family and the public pleas. In the days after Jake's family publicly pushed for answers and justice, news reports described their frustration and heartbreak, especially because details were limited early on, and investigators were working leads. Authorities asked anyone with information to come forward, and Crime Stoppers reportedly offered a reward for information leading to an arrest. This is often the moment where cases either move fast or stall. It depends on evidence, witnesses, and whether someone talks. The investigation, what's public. In an investigation like this, detectives typically build a case through phone and GPS data surveillance cameras, apartments, gas stations, intersections, vehicle tracking, digital trails, apps, accounts, messages, and witness statements. We don't know every detail of what evidence police collected. Many specifics aren't made public during an active case, but we do know that about a month later, authorities announced major progress. Arrests announced in October 2025. In mid-October 2025, reports said 3 teenagers were arrested in connection with Jake Nguyen's death. According to multiple outlets, a 15-year-old was charged with capital murder, and 2 others, ages 14 and 13, were charged with tampering with evidence. Because they are minors, many identifying details were not publicly released, and we're going to keep it that way in this video. What capital murder means? Simple explanation. Capital murder is one of the most serious charges in Texas and often involves specific circumstances, like murder during the commission of certain felonies. Charging decisions depend on what prosecutors believe they can prove and what the evidence supports. It's also important to say this clearly. An arrest is not a conviction. Everyone is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court. Why? This case resonated. This case resonated because rideshare driving is ordinary, it's common, and that's what makes it scary. Danger can hide inside routine. People work nights to make extra money. People take one more ride to hit a goal. People say, "I'll be home soon." And in this story, that soon never came. For families, the trauma is not only the loss, it's the unanswered questions that follow, and then the long wait for the legal process. Safety notes: respectful plus practical. If you drive rideshare or deliver at night, here are a few practical safety reminders without blaming victims. Trust your gut. Cancel a ride if something feels off. Keep doors locked until you confirm the rider. Share your live location with a friend or family member during late shifts. Avoid isolated pickup points when possible. Consider a dash cam if it's legal where you live. None of these guarantee safety. This case proves that. But small steps can sometimes reduce risk. Where the case stands, publicly reported, as of the reporting in October 2025, 3 teen suspects were in custody facing charges connected to the death of Quoc Jake Nguyen. Court proceedings can take time, especially serious cases. There may be motions, hearings, evidence review, and decisions about whether anyone is tried as an adult. If you're watching this later, check for updated court records or credible local reporting for the most current status. Closing reflection. True crime can sometimes feel like a story, but the truth is, it's always a real person, someone who had a routine, a family, and a future. Quoc Jake Nguyen was not just a headline. He was someone who served, worked, and made plans until one night changed everything. If you have reliable information about this case, authorities have urged the public to contact investigators or Crime Stoppers. Call to action: safe plus non-sensational. Rest in peace, Jake. If you want more cases covered with facts, timelines, and respect for victims, subscribe. And if you're a rideshare driver or someone who works nights, please stay safe out there.